It was a moment to honor the fallen firefighter Jason Arno, a 12-minute procession including a police escort and the Air One helicopter as Arno's body was moved from ECMC to Amigone Funeral Home. And
you can see people did line the streets saluting, standing at attention as the hearse carrying Arno drove by. 2 on your side's Nate Benson is live where that procession ended. And Nate, it was an emotional 12 minutes for anyone who watched that procession today.
Yes, Scott and Mary Alice, very emotional scene here at Amigone Funeral Home in the city of Buffalo on Delaware Avenue. About a dozen police vehicles, several fire engines, including Engine 2, of which Jason Arno was a member of, escorted him here from ECMC to Amigone Funeral Home just after 4 o'clock this afternoon. That procession, like I said, started at ECMC. About 200 members of the firefighting community came out to pay their respects and lined up along Delaware Ave. And as you said, it was just a very impactful and emotional scene. We saw many people embracing one another, sharing stories, and just being there for one another. And it's really been an overwhelming week for Engine 2 and the entire firefighting community in Buffalo. I spoke to Buffalo Fire Chaplain Paul Seil about the emotions crews are going through.
It's still very raw. It's a raw wound for the fire department family and especially for his blood family, his wife, his mom, his little girl. So we're not doing too well in one sense. It's still very new. It's only 2 days ago that it happened, you know. It's still at a point where people are trying to understand, did this really happen? Am I dreaming? Is this a nightmare? It's a nightmare in one sense, but it's one from which obviously you don't wake up.
Again, you could see and hear those emotions on scene on Delaware Ave here at Amigone Funeral Home. I'm told tonight that preparations for the funeral are underway, but they are not ready to be publicized just yet. We should learn more about that either Monday or Tuesday of next week. Reporting live in Buffalo, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
All right, Nate, thank you. And 2 days after that massive blaze, there is still much to be done in terms of the overall investigation.
And there are indications it may take some time to complete. Channel 2's Dave McKinley has been following the aftermath of the fire, after which some street closings remain in effect. Dave?
Mary Alice, people continue to try and visit the site downtown, perhaps to see for themselves and maybe reflect in their own way on the loss of a Buffalo firefighter. But getting close to the site is getting harder. Crews installed fencing today to seal off blocks of Main Street and Washington Street from both cars and pedestrians near the fire scene. After finishing their work, the crew from Nova Fencing left their own tribute to fallen firefighter Jason Arno. The barricades are aimed at keeping folks away from what is an unstable structure and to let investigators do their work unencumbered. It's likely to be a lengthy investigation, according to Edwin Ortiz, who spent 25 years as a fire marshal with the city of Buffalo.
You have to do a systematic approach. You start with the exterior, then you go in with the interior, and then you start interviewing every single 911 caller. You start reviewing any videotape that you can find.
We do know that investigators have been asking to see videos looking at, among other things, the color of the smoke that was emitted during the fire. Without not much left of what were the contents of the building, smoke gives clues as to what might have been inside and could provide a timeline of the fire's progress. It can also tell them if there's anything inside that normally would not be found in a structure. Though Engine 2 remains out of service, members of Arno's platoon were due to be officially debriefed on this whole matter this afternoon. Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.